Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Master along with Isabel Lee. Let's get to some stocks on the move. Bloomberg News equities reporter Natalia Kinijevic is here in studio, and got to talk about the big banks. They were definitely moving. Some good, some bad.
Yes, it is an interesting earnings season. So let's start with Wells Fargo. The ticker is WFC. This is the best performer in the S&P 500. The stock is up by 7%. Of course, this came after the bank raised its key profitability metric known as target for return on tangible common equity to a range between 17 to 18% from a previous level of 15. Of course, it came after the Federal Reserve removed an asset cap in June, because we know that Wells Fargo was restricted from expanding the size of its asset size. So now it is a big development. However, on the earnings side itself, we saw that net interest income came below expectations. EPS and revenue were in line. And then another big bank we are watching is, of course, JP Morgan. The ticker is JPM. The stock finished the trading session down by almost 2%. Couple highlights. Of course, we saw that the revenue was driven by investment banking fees. For me, it's specifically interesting because I cover the IPO market as well. We saw a recovery, but of course, highlights from CEO Jamie Dimon about softness in the economy, labor market. This is kind of a
and cockroaches. Or a cockroach.
It can only happen in the U.S.
Gotta love it. If you don't know what we're talking about, just check out the story at Bloomberg.com.
What about Walmart? This is also a really big American company.
It is a big story. Just yesterday, right, we spoke. Who else want to collaborate with OpenAI? And here we are. We have Walmart. The ticker is WMT. The stock is up by almost 5%. Of course, it came after an announcement that the company will team up with OpenAI and enable shoppers to browse and buy products on ChatGPT. And of course, it is a kind of big push. Analysts are pretty excited about that. They see, quote, significant opportunities. Specifically, UBS analysts are saying that, and D.A. Davidson, analyst is saying that it is actually making the case for Walmart to be a winner among all traditional retailers in this kind of.
Like, doesn't it beg the question, like, who's next? Did we now all of a sudden get a ton of buy buttons from everybody? Like, I don't know.
Yes, you're right. This is something I didn't see coming, actually. But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, of course, you want to have AI to help you with whatever your shopping list is. And Matt earlier from TV made the case that he even uses ChatGPT for recipes.
He uses it for, yeah, he totally
really,
does.
everything.
Tim does the same thing. Like, he'll be like, here's what's in my fridge or something, and so on and so forth. Like, what can I do with it? I love it. I love playing with it. I've used it a little bit for work and stuff, but it's kind of fun. All right. There's a company I'm not familiar with, but it definitely was on the move today.
Yes, it is an interesting story. The company is called Atai Life Sciences. The ticker is ATAI. The stock jumped by 11% today. This is a clinical trial stage biopharmaceutical company. It was among the biggest movers today in the pharmaceutical space across other psychedelic stocks. So it came after a Republican state senator in North Carolina said that the state could, quote, lead the nation in expanding military veterans' access to mental health drugs, because this company specifically develops treatments for mental health diseases. This is according to a report from a publication called Marijuana Moment. So we do see that these stocks are on the move today.
Yeah, and Needham initiated coverage of the company with a recommendation of buy and a price target of $12.
Yeah, not a company
almost doubling today's price, by the way. The stock finished at 6.
351% higher this year. Is that crazy?
I feel like these companies, they can...
1.4 billion market
we forget about them, and then when a big announcement comes, bam.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.